Hello, my name is Ines Braga. I'm from the Accounting and Administration School of Porto Polytechnic, and the theme of this communication is about active learning in higher education, students and multiple skills in the spotlight. Constructivism and active learning. Constructivism is understood as a learning process carried out by the learner, interacting with the context, an active posture of the student. When it comes to active learning, an institutional method aligned with Bologna philosophy, which is student-centered, engaging students in the learning process, and that fits in the constructivism. Students do not only listen to the teachers, they should carry out other activities such as reading, writing, debating, being involved in problem solving. AEL strategies should engage students in doing things and thinking about what they are doing, according to Bonwell-Hellison, 1991. Some features consensually related to strategies promoting AL. Students' engagement beyond just listening. Student skills development that overlaps passive information transmission. Guidance for students to develop higher order thinking, such as analysis, synthesis, evaluation. Involvement in different activities such as reading, debating and writing, and a greater exploration of students' attitudes and values. Some obstacles to active learning. Active learning requires more pre-class preparation, appropriate materials and equipment, a different teacher's behavior because they feel A, comfortable and anxious about the new, B, not encouraged to change as rewards are scarce, according to Bonwell-Ellison in 1991, and C, more recently, suitable resource and risk are also mentioned by Moiser-Lane and Towler and Abbey in 2009. Active learning can be carried out through different strategies, such as writing in class, problem solving, games, cooperative learning, case studies, debates, drama, role-playing, simulations. It is our belief that the adoption of several strategies would be beneficial. Active learning can be useful and meaningful to provide students with motivation and satisfaction on what they are doing. They can do that by resorting to tools, their own tools and skills such as autonomy and creativity, which in turn might be also increased by active learning, and benefit from previous knowledge and experience, which in itself will also generate further knowledge and experience. This can be conducted in formal and informal teaching contexts. Role-playing and 21st century skills. It is our belief that role-playing can develop 21st century skills such as communication skills, cooperative learning, conflict management, critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. The effectiveness of role-playing, RP, review of literature, which I'd like to introduce 3 cases gathered from the review of literature. The first, psychology students. An effective improvement after RP, proved by a pre-test and post-test to compare the differences in the results of the evaluation by Vinay in 2018. A second example, Jordanian students in the 10th grade of English as a foreign language. Students submitted to RP were more successful than those who learned through the teacher's book of instructions. It was proved by significant statistical differences between these two groups in oral assessment, as said by Alzboun, Smadi, Bani Adel Bar Ram, 2017. A third case, distance learning, better students' results, promoting students' emotions and self-efficiency beliefs, by Jeong, Gonzalez Gomez, Cañada, Gallego Pico, Carlos Bravo, in 2019. Role-playing in our career, sharing a positive experience. Organizational Communication of Human Resources course from 2011 to 2017. The main objective to evaluate communication skills. Specific objectives were 1. Enhance the application of communication techniques, and 2. Adequately produce tests of different typologies according to organizational needs. Program contents related to communication techniques. Argumentation and persuasion, preparation and conduct of meetings, the call, the minutes. Since the beginning of the semester, students were informed that the final group work would have written an oral component, role play. Initially, role plays were presented in person. Later on, students were exempted from doing the live presentation if they had recorded a video to be seen in class. Describing role play activity. Roles. Learners should represent roles of characters invented by them in an organizational context that could be created or adapted to their professional experiences. Meeting. The role-play situation was a professional meeting where internal and/or external organizational communication should take place. Problem. Students should invent and describe a real organizational situation/problem related to their professional field, expose it, and solve it. Describing role-playing activity 2. At the meeting's chair is secretary and other participants should act in accordance with the good practices of a meeting. The students knew that they were being evaluated in terms of their verbal and non-verbal communication performance. These simulations reveal creativity and as close possible to professional reality. Use of props, for example, would be valued. During and after role-playing. During classes, feedback about communication exercises and oral guidance were given by the teacher. Students could ask for support. A specific class to follow up the work in progress was scheduled by the teacher. Evaluation. After oral presentation, oral thorough evaluation, oral self-evaluation, oral qualitative assessment by the teacher encouraging to improve. Results. A very positive experience for students. Students understood the objectives, joined the initiative, carried it out with enthusiasm and motivation. Students learned better because they put theory into practice. Realism in the meeting. Participants dressed as executives. Welcoming atmosphere. Computers, sheets, pens, water bottles, even sweets. The video was a stimulus. Enjoyment and more relax in the final presentation. Results. Final results of the written component and role play were mostly good and very good. Syllabus contents successfully learned, plus the development of crucial competencies such as communication skills, autonomy, critical thinking, problem solving, teamwork, conflict management, leadership, and creativity. Students were protagonists of their own learning in the spotlight, performing in the most appropriate way for the challenges of professional reality. Conclusions. It is our conclusion that academia, active learning, and role-playing will contribute to the development of 21st century skills, that leading to better students who are most passionate about what they are learning, more critical, autonomous, responsible workers and citizens, and, as a result of that, a benefit for the job market.